I think I'll call this the Church of Tomorrow Morning. I'm here to talk about the uptick and the people taking off the mask, talking about going back to Africa. You belong in a zoo. What I see is human beings versus beasts. You see, everything that I've been called and my people have been called is exactly what the people who call me these names are. Who do you know besides the conquerors, Europeans, and so forth, that go into countries and just kill all the people so they can take over their country and their resources? Not caring whether they upset the eco world, and that encompasses all those ecosystems. Now, what I see is, I see kindergarten people, and they remind you of those kids right before they get to first grade, running around the country, selfish and greedy, cowardly representatives of the people, congressmen using the same MO as their forefathers. And all that is divide and conquer, kill what you can't control, and take what you want. Then submit your narrative as the truth. And anybody that goes against that and tries to overthrow that, they have to be eliminated. Now, lest I forget, I have to talk about that part of our society of what we call sellout Negroes or African tokens. They may call themselves an African, but you sell your people out just for a more lenient sentence. See, we all get sentences, but some of us want to assimilate and act like we're not black. But I have a question before I move on. How can someone grant another human being, when they're only a human being themselves, in another country, and deny rights to people in their own country? We need to take care of our own backyard first, and I'm speaking specifically to America, France, and people like that. But above all these things, black people have dominant genes. Europeans have recessive. I'm not going to go into all of that because you know these things already. You just perpetrated a lie, and the narrative is if it doesn't start after 1619, your life falls apart. Okay? The sad part about this is when we think about what civilization, and we're not here to argue about who was here first or anything like that, because I can tell you one thing: two white people can't make a black person. Two black people could make any color. But this is the final straw. We're ancient people. Whether you call yourself black African, whether you call yourself foundational, black Indian, people of color, period. Everything comes out of Africa. Okay? And if it doesn't come out of Africa, it comes out of the African mind. Now, I will say this before I turn this over to somebody who can tell you better than me. We are the progenitors. We are the foundation of civilization. And that's why we're hated so much. But we also have been done such horrendous and heinous way by conditioning, whipping, tearing asunder, raping, breeding, all of that to make you think that you are not who you are. But you're the foundation of civilization, the parents of all people. And I know I'll get some pushback on that, but that's good. Because once you start studying your history, you'll come up with the same conclusion I did. But these are the things that happen, and this is the lies that were told.
This is why they ban our history. They ban our history because Black history, by definition, is political.
That's right.
Because Black people, by definition, are political, right? Our history is political because every story of American greatness, every story of American exceptionalism you want to tell, here we are off to the corner. Say, how do you explain us?
That's right.
If all this is true, why are we here? If all this is true, how do you explain how you suppressed our rights for 350 years? How you bought and sold our ancestors? How you claim to be democratizing Europe, but denying violently democracy for Black people here. So we're the most inconvenient people to the story of American exceptionalism.
Right.
So they want to ban our history because we give lie, right? We reveal the lie of this country.
Right.
And we are heroes of that story. So what the research shows is that when you teach Black children Black history, they do better academically.
Absolutely.
This is not shocking.
That's right. It's right.
Right? If you see yourself in the story, then you have a powerful sense of who you are.
Sure.
And I mean, this is why they ban our history, because once I got a little taste of Black history, I became incorrigible as a student. I was challenging everything, right? I would go up in social studies like, where are we? Why aren't you talking about this? What about this, right? And so all of a sudden, you don't just accept the narrative that they give you, and you start to challenge it.
Right.
And you start to have an understanding. So I, because of this class I took at 15 years old, was a Black educator named Mr. Ray Dow, where he introduced me to Before the Mayflower by Lerone Bennett.
Sure.
And the year 1619, I became the child who would go on to create 1619 Project.
Wow.
If I don't get that class, I don't create this project.
That's right.
And so they want to ban the class because they don't want more of us.
That's right.
They don't want more Dr. Blacks. They don't want more Nicole Hannah-Jones.
That's right.
They don't
That's
want
right.
people
That's
who
right.
can help our children know that there is nothing wrong with Black folks. There's something wrong with our country.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, indeed. There's something wrong with our country. And if we don't stop laying around acting like we don't know, we are going to find ourselves in maybe some of the same positions that we found ourselves 300 or 400 years ago. But I know I won't be here, but I'll tell you this. The fact of the matter is, I just learned that, Trump has been doing a lot of things behind our back, along with the judicial branch and everything else. They've got some kind of an emergency clause in where they start making decisions on an emergency basis. That's without the say-so and knowledge of the people. So I would start paying attention. And also he wants to redistrict certain states and places, especially he wants to get rid of Jasmine Crockett, Al Green, because they're more vocal. I feel sorry for those token Black people that want to assimilate corporate lawyers acting like representatives. Only people that they represent is themselves.
The Africans and the American Negroes have turned out to be an extraordinarily gifted people. Unquestionably, I am an American, born there. My father's slave there. Upon the backs of my people was developed the primary wealth of America. The primary wealth. You have to have accumulated wealth to start, to build. You did it another way here in Australia. You had to build your accumulated wealth too. You just came and took it. You know what I mean? And that's what they did in most of the countries. That's what you Europeans did. You just took it. It's a lot of America that belongs to me yet. You understand? I'm proud for being African. Now, in our school books, they tried to tell me that all Africans were savages, till I got to London and found most of the Africans I knew were going to Oxford and Cambridge and doing very well. And somewhere, it was wonderful to find about the colored peoples of the world that they were very advanced. So I would say today that I'm an American who is infinitely prouder to be of African descent, no question.